Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we're returning to our Let's Play of War in the East, where as the Germans we are playing Operation Typhoon, that is the attack against Moscow. We've advanced up to the outskirts, to the very outskirts of Moscow. We've actually done our very first attack over here, but it just seems like we are just grinding to a hold over here. We are going to turn it over towards the Soviets now. It's their part of the turn, and see what they're going to do. In between episodes I did just push up a little bit here from the railway line, because I think it's very important that this railway line up here that supports basically all of these light green units remains open, and if there's an enemy unit adjacent to it, it will just cut that line. So yeah, I think that's very important. Other than that, I did send up quite a couple of our air fleets to resupply our Panzer spearheads that are just a little bit out of supply, really. So that hopefully is going to be okay. And you know what? With that, I think we're going to hand it over towards the Soviets, see what they're going to do. Of course, first it's going to be their logistics phase, and you can just see how little we have advanced. It's probably going to turn over red here now. Yeah, and that's basically what we did this turn. It's not that much, really. The Soviets are resupplying a couple of partisan units. That is, well, unfortunate, but nothing we can do really against that. Well, we could set up night raiders, I guess. I think I haven't set up any night fighters, so maybe we're going to have to see whether we can do that. But yeah, you can see we're on the outskirts of Moscow, but honestly, whether or not we're going to make it into this urban terrain, I have my doubts. Let's see whether the Soviets are going to do any attacks. I think probably we're first going to do some recon missions. No, they're actually moving a couple of forces there. Actually losing a couple of fighters, that is nice. A couple of LA-AG3s. Couple of men lost over here. It's not that much, but you know, it's disrupting them a little bit as well, and so that's nice. Apparently they are withdrawing from over here. That is good. Concentration of forces here and here. I think they're trying to break through there, so we're gonna have to see about that. We do have fairly good forces over here. Let's pause here. Pause, I said. Ooh, that's not looking good. Okay, so on our side, 13,000 men. They have 40,000. We are trying to defend, but I think we are being pushed back over here. That is unfortunate. We are bringing 41 bombers. They are also bringing a couple of guys. They are losing 2,000 men there. We are losing 80. It's a good win ratio, but just being pushed back. Oh no, we are holding. I didn't think we would be holding at odds of 1, 2, 3. Still, very, very nice. Attack over there. What's going on here? Another attack by them. Let's pause. Pause. 11,000 men on our side. 30,000 on there, 150 men lost, 2,000 men lost. These are very, very good exchange ratios. Amazingly enough, we are not sending in any fighters. Well, good that we are holding out. That is nice to see. More attacks down here a little bit. Somewhere where, honestly, I would not have expected any attacks. 15,000 men on our side, 60,000 on theirs. So they are starting to come online here a little bit more aggressively. And that is unfortunate. We have... Why is that not modified yet? Oh, I think it's just because it's not modified yet. And we don't have any fortifications here, but 60,000 men, that is harsh. Defenders fort level reduced, but I think we are holding out. That is nice. And again, just look at their casualty rate. That's 2,700 men lost on their side against 200 on our 10 to 1 ratio. More than that, actually. 13 to 1 ratio. Jesus. They are delivering a little bit of fuel. We're not apparently intercepting that. It's a little bit unfortunate. I would hope that we have a little bit more fighters than that, but apparently not. Interesting also that they do feel the need to reinforce there. Right, so let's see what they did. At the very least, no big counterattacks that we have not held out against. But yeah, Moscow is sort of hanging in the balance over here, I would say. And we certainly aren't strong enough to take them out over there. But at the very least, we do have a foothold, and I think we are very much be facing very, very bad winter results over here in a short while. So let's see what the weather is going to be like. So firstly, 20,000 men on their side lost, about 5,000 on ours. That's, well, so. Lots of tanks lost on our side. 60 tanks. And I think we are facing proper blizzard condition. And you can see just the attack value on all of our guys has dropped very, very significantly. And this is the welcome to the Russian winter, my friends. This is not good at all. This is pretty drastic, actually. Let's look at the event log. So we have got Blizzard in pretty much all of these areas. There's going to be further Blizzard. Some promotions here. A new unit has arrived. That is good to see. We are going to have to check out the first motorized SS brigade there. The 23rd Infantry Division is withdrawing. We have to see that. Couple of TOE upgrades, because I think we are now in... No, we're not in 1942 yet, but... Oh, a couple of upgrades and renames over here. We'll have to check on these quite closely. Okay, that's interesting. Lots of infantry division upgrades. I don't think the Germans did that much in terms of TOE upgrades, but that's okay. Couple of aircrafts are withdrawing. That's not great. Production, all of that is a bit of so-so. A lot of conversions, I think. Panzer 3s to Js to Ls. That's nice. A couple of anti-aircraft guns, mortars, artillery equipment, all of that being replaced. A couple of heavy fighters. Changing a couple of ground element swaps here with seems to be mostly going into a correct direction, I think. So also Panzer 3s to Panzer 3Ls, that's a very good change. Yeah, but other than that, I think this is probably the end of our offensive. We are now... Jesus, look at all of these units. They'll be pushing us hard down here. Okay, you guys... Well, let's firstly have a look at the railroad situation. Because I think, yeah, now the supply lines have shortened quite a bit. So we'll need to be mindful of that. Still, you're going to get over here. You'll find where you are. You also find where you are. You, I think I'd like you to be in this wooded area over here. So that offers at least some level of protection. And down here... How are our forts looking? Pretty good up here, actually. All of these positions, of course, we're gonna pretty much ignore. And we've got a couple of forts that are being built up over here. Fort level 2 over here in Orel. That is certainly extremely nice for us to see. And they are slowly, ever so slowly building that up further, so that is nice. You've got a couple of construction battalions and a howitzer, so that howitzer I think is very nice because that is 1120... 201 10mm guns. Certainly a very, very good result over there. You could come across here, but all in all we are fine. Well, except we should probably guide this guy here. Send these guys here a little bit back. Can I select you, please? Come on. You. Could you get over here, maybe? That's alright. And you know what? You are also going to go up there. Just so that you're not an immediate threat. Yeah, you are still building up that railhead towards over here. That is nice. These guys here are building up stuff, but it's going to take a while till they're really getting there. Probably going to build that up there. That's nice. How does it look up far in the north? You're still mostly building up this stupid railway line, and some of you are starting to connect this up. And that's alright, but not really, again, really not that critical. What I really want is for you to either connect this or this here, so that we're not routing all of our supplies by this single rail head. That's all we've got for now. Right. So let's continue to build up our rail line though. So I think what we have is... Yeah, so basically we'll need to kick these guys out. And they probably are counting as precariously out of supply. Yes, they are. So if we can kill these units here, it's a guard rifle division, it's a rifle division, and it's about 1,000 infantry elements. So that would be nice. By the way, how do we look in terms of forces? 1.4 million guys on their side. Jesus, we are killing so many Russians, and it just doesn't do anything for us, it feels. There's no infantry unit mixed in here? Nope, there's not. So that's okay. How about you? Can you get down here? You could. Oh, you only have 2 attack power. It's just not possible. I don't think it's... I just think it's not possible to attack that. You can come over here, but what good would that do us? look at that, we are down to 8. These guys were at 30 attack power last time. These are all of our pioneers. I just don't think that they'll be enough to attack over there. Huh. Okay, anyway, down here I think what we can do is definitely repair the rail line and come up this way, basically supply all of these guys a little bit better. Nothing really stopping us from doing this, except of course that there are 3 guys over here. Well, I guess we just move one out of the way. Which one is it going to be though? Not you, maybe you? You're controlling 2 divisions. One of them is over here, and the other one there. Let's get you there. It's alright. Good. You move here. You repair that. You're pretty much out of movement points. Can't advance any further. Yeah, it's going to be such a tough construction to build this up. But 2 more fields is 2 more fields, and that is going to be extremely helpful over here. I think we might put a dent into their forces up here. Just secure the river. But that's probably it. I'd really like to get this position here, because it really is nicely controlling all of these fields and putting them in a very nice zone of control. Need to be careful that they're not flowing through here, but on the other hand all of these guys here have freed up from clearing the pocket as they did earlier. So that at the very least is good. Interestingly enough, they have evacuated quite a couple of forces from around Orel itself. We could potentially try to strengthen our position here towards this. Will that do us much good? I think this river here is the best defensive line that we're gonna get. And just extending from the Oka towards the Suka, it's not gonna be that helpful, all in all things considered. No, I don't think so. Yeah, no. Right, you're gonna build this up and then come down ultimately. And you're gonna be building here. So I think really the only thing that we can do this turn, with this attack power we will not be able to do much at all. Not at all. I mean, you only have 2 and we're supposed to beat these guys back at 14. There's a really strong base over there. And you guys are starting to look very low on supplies even. And there's no point really trying to brush through there. This is a fairly weak Soviet line. But then again, our forces are now so weak that I don't think we will be able to conduct any positive development here. I think we will be able to get over here. This is a very nice bend in the river, and that I definitively want to control. So I think we will strike here, threaten their rear a little bit, build up a fort there. Definitely going to build something up here. Can clear house a little bit. These guys, security forces, are going to move into Kaluga to secure that area a little bit. Very concerned about the situation down here. They have very significant forces down here now, and our forces are spread extremely thinly. Well, at the very least we are getting some guys here ready. You're controlling 4 divisions, are you? Yeah. You're controlling 3 divisions. Not this one. Do we want to push them back a little bit is the question, towards Tula. Make use of this river bend. On the other hand, I'm more mindful of pulling back maybe behind this river. Just establishing ourselves here I think is going to be maybe a little bit more useful. Also because the railhead is probably very far away. Yeah, so our supplies are starting to be very low, and just preventing an enemy attack over here and this very strong river line, I think that would be a very good defensive line. On the other hand, it's just shorter to go directly this way. Especially with the hexes, it just sometimes turns out to be really weird. Tula itself would be a very strong prize, but I don't see us being able to do that. It's so tempting. I mean, there's basically, it feels like there's so little between us and these 2 hexes. If we were to cut these 2 hexes, Moscow would starve. We'd starve into submission all of these guys over here, so that would be great. But I just don't see it coming. I don't think it's possible to do that. Over here we do need to be a little bit careful. They are starting to pour through some of our... Ooh, you've been beaten back. That's not good. Yeah, we need to bring you probably over here. And then start to... How many units are here all of a sudden? This is a very significant development. This is probably this probably is the Russian the Russian winter offensive. Striking into our weak northern front. Does make sense to me. We could try to launch into Kalinin. I'm really not sure where their supply lines are coming from. These are Guards divisions, so yeah, definitely here is a very big development that we do need to counter very swiftly. Thing is, we don't have any reserves. So probably yeah, just pulling back, consolidating is going to be what we're going to do for the rest of the episode. I'm going to put in a slight break from my side here, and we're going to be right back, just looking a little bit what we can do and what we really should be doing. See you in a second, guys. Right then, here we are back. So I took a long hard look at the situation actually, and it's really bleak. So the Soviets have an enormous amount of forces over here. They've got 3 divisions at least over here. Well, that's a single division, really? They've got a division over here, they've got another division there, they've got a couple of divisions over here, a couple of very good divisions over here, Guards rifle divisions. This is strong stuff that they have got. And it's mostly concentrated in this area. Nevertheless, of course, they do have, as you can see by the attack values over here, quite a substantial number of troops here, sort of on the northeast of Moscow. Likewise, down here, they have gotten a very large number of troops here at Kursk, I think. And it will be very hard to dislodge them. The good thing, though, is in the south, we have a lot of ground to give. Really, only this area up here is a victory point province. That's a 300-point swing. So I think I would like to defend that, and indeed we are building up the fortifications there. It's fort level 2. So that's nice, and I think we have built a resemblance of a line over here. And really, not much more than that truly, but at least it's something that we can use to defend ourselves. And it's at least situated behind the river in many parts, except for this one, which of course is, again, a level 2 fortification, so I think that's going to be alright. We also have a fortified zone over here, so in the south I'm worried because their mobility is going to be much higher, but beyond that it's not that critical. Over here there's an enormous number of headquarters in that, but other than that it's not really that critical, I would suppose. Tula itself is definitely not going to be, we can't possibly take that. But on the other hand, the most important bit I think is Moscow itself. If we were to get Moscow, that would be great, but again, I just don't see any potential for that. This tank division has been attacked right last turn, which was already kind of lucky that we did save that. But beyond that, I just don't see us punching through and modeling through over here. Especially only these two divisions over here already have a defensive strength of 16. So I really don't see any way for them for us to just kill them there. And in addition to that, obviously we do need to react to this situation up here with all of these divisions coming in, and we definitely need to send some forces this way quickly. It's tempting to come up to Kalinin over here, but I think it's also a victory point province, yes? Yeah, 300 points. It's tempting to come up here, but I did have a look at the rail situation from the Soviet side. I actually loaded up the scenario turn 1 from the Soviet side, which is depressing because you can see what the Germans are doing, because they always move first. But this line over here does count as their supply line, so there's really no way for us to cut that easily. Basically all of this counts, so we'd have to go all the way over here to cut it. So if we were to cut it over here and cut off the entire northern part of the map, we might be able to encircle them, but I just don't see that coming, so yeah, no. So the only way, what we have to do then is just focus on consolidating and trying to blunt the Soviet winter offensive here, and that is the only thing that we can do, I suppose. There are a couple of encircled divisions over here, which we're of course going to address, but I think most importantly, we're going to take this army over here, we're going to move it forward, we're going to bolster the defenses over here, and then we can replace maybe the 2nd Panzer Group, I think it is, and send it back south. while at the same time probably we want to take some of the green units and bring them back over here so that they can also be defended. Although I think you here are part of the Army Group North. Yes, it would be a little bit better even if we took the pink units back and consolidated them over there. Whereas the green ones should come a little bit towards the south. But yeah, there's not much we can do in this way over here. You are guarding this area, that's alright. So you are part of a 4-division template, that's okay. I would like to kick these guys back. But across the river I don't think that's really a possibility. So what I suppose we have to do then is... Well, firstly, someone of you should potentially circle around over here. This field over here would again be very, very good to be on our side really, so that we can use it to control the area. I would really like that. How about you? You've got 4 divisions under your command, all of them in fact. Let's move you up to Kaluga itself. And then I think we're going to try to use these forces to build up a defensive line over here. Which we can't. Right, so it's going to be difficult to move you up all the way. There is a unit in here, but it's not going to be the best one. Okay, suppose I move you into there. Move you all the way up there. You can come up here. And then you will supposed to be staying over there. Alright, that's already the extent of stuff that we can do with these units. And again, I think these units here need to come south a little bit. It would be nice if we could engage these people over here, but again, this one here is the more important target. Could I attack? I could attack, but only with a hasty attack. I think it's worthwhile. These guys are... Ooh, they are only scouted. Jesus, look at that. We are attacking them with 25,000 men. 25,000 men. They're not even entrenched. Oh my, this is going to be tough. It's going to be extraordinarily tough. Alright, so I think we have a good chance that our lines here are going to collapse even. Let's see whether we can prevent that in any fashion. You here could come all the way there. You could also guard this piece. I suppose I could move you back a little bit. We'll leave open this area, but again this over here would be secure. More or less. We'd also be in this town. I think we had actually dug in there a little bit, but it's gonna be alright. Right, well you could move in there, but I would like to keep my core here together. So, I suppose you can take this position. And then you can come down here. Not really far though. But at the very least till here. Yeah, that is decent. You, my friend, take sort of the intermediate position there. And you here can then come up towards over here. Yeah, that's good enough. Right, and you are ready then. Let's go into this little city here and guard all of these areas. Okay, that does free up this entire corps, which is only 2 divisions. But at the very least, you can come down here and start securing this area a little bit more than it currently is, which I think is going to be okay. Likewise, you could potentially move down here. Okay, let's bring you here, across the river from this guy. And then you here. Let's at least get you on the rail line. Sort of move down there towards the right direction. We've also got the fortified zones over here, which are supposed to build up a couple of... Oh, sorry, wrong button. Which are supposed to build up their fortification levels. They're not really going as fast as I would like to see. But at least we're getting something over here. Have you got any... yeah, you have construction value 7. How about you? Just for comparison, you don't have that. You've got only construction value 2. So, yeah. Tough going. Really would like to get this field here, this hex. can we attack you? I don't think we need quite as many units, but I suppose a couple of fighters are fine. Don't need you. Let's go for these guys only. A couple of tactical bombers. 15 bombers. Ha! 3 men killed. 3 men killed. One vehicle destroyed. It's not that many guys. It's pathetic that we can't even kick them out. Right. Looking up here towards the north, I think there's just, again, there's no way we can break through over here. These guys have defensive values that are way in excess of what we can reasonably hope to do. I think the best that we could potentially hope for is to get this area here and sort of shorten our front line. So we're going to pull back a little bit and try to kick them out over here at the very least. And hope that that is going to be enough. And again, that might allow the pink units to withdraw towards Reshef. I think we're also building up the rail line towards that direction, aren't we? Yeah. We are also continuing to build the railway line this way. Let's at least get over here. Build it up there. And we want to build it up here, but potentially we might want to kick these guys a little bit in their face first. Right. So up over here, getting rid of these 2 units would free up all of these guys here to be a little bit more mobile. So I think that might be the first thing that we want to try over here. How do we look in terms of our armor? So we've got 3 units over here, and 1 of these guys is also engaged there. So I think we're going to spread these guys out and establish a little bit more of a line here. So indeed what we might want to do is send you over to here. I think one of you can stay where you are, but maybe you here. The 11 movement points, you're going to go down in this forest and you're going to build up the defenses there. Yeah. Again, it would be nice, but there's no way. So then, how can we make sure that we are taking these guys out? You have way too little movement points. Well, can't bring it back. Can only bring it here even. Can't really get you out of this. This airbase probably has to move it a little bit back. Yeah, it's extraordinarily hard to even move here. Got fortifications. They're not doing that much for us. Potentially this here has to be abandoned. I think it's very far away from our railheads. And the zone of control of these guys here means that we are getting very little supply in there. So yeah. Let's get you back. Pull you back. Again, you have very, very little fuel. I would at least like to take this guy out. It's only cavalry division, it's not the strongest. On the other hand, maybe let's start with these guys here, which can be moved up fairly quickly. I say that and they don't even get tools over here. Okay, I think actually the 9th Army here is going to be the first to withdraw a little, so that we have some room to move over here. Can you pull out? You could pull out. How about over here? Got this tank division. Could bring you up here. That might not be the worst idea. 2 movement points, is that going to be enough? I think so. You definitely have enough movement points. Okay, let's get you here. I think you're fine where you are. You're gonna try to pull out of this. The SS division over here. Can make its way towards over there, that's nice. You're part of this command, which we're gonna try to get closer to you as well. Someone is over here. Well, you. Ooh, nice. You can get out of there fairly well. Right, so yeah, I think the pink ones are gonna try to be the ones that are racing towards Reshef to hopefully block them in there. But yeah, it's gonna be really tough. Got a couple of infantry units here as well. I suppose you are the ones that I truly want in these forests. Too many units up here in this field. Suppose we have to move out the headquarter unit. Alright, let's send you over there. It would be great to move you at least towards over here. Mostly due to the rail supply issues. Out of movement points, pretty much all of you are out of movement points. Well, this guy is not truly. You are. There's no one over here. There is a tank unit up here. Which I almost want to send up this way. How about you? Could go into this town. Try to secure it this way. But you're part actually of these troopers, so you know what? We're gonna bring you over here. And then you are... yes, okay, you're fine where you are. How about you? Where you... well, who do you belong to? This one and that one down there. Okay. You in this city. And where was it? Okay, we're not going to evacuate the fortifications for now. But it's going to be a nice fallback line. Not going to evacuate them as long as these guys here are still around. So we could muster up to 11 strength. I'm not sure that would be enough. Let's keep an eye on things up here as well. So first off, you are guarding all of these guys. I think you can come down here. Great. You are right where you are. You are starting to look a little bit out of position. Let's move you back. You are moving back. Can I pull you out of here? Need to. We're probably gonna push through here, but there's not much that I can do about that. Right. Must hold for now. I don't have any alternative. Right, so... yeah, all in all this is fine, but I do want to strike these guys here hard. There's no need to do any air attack here, I believe, so let's in fact do an air attack here. I don't think we need quite as many fighters. I think one squadron is going to be enough. And just a number of dive bombers is going to be alright. Let's launch you. 37 bombers. 70 or so people killed. But we only have combat with a combat strength of 5. Could increase that to 7, but we'd have half of what they have. And I think they're fairly well supplied. So probably not. And over here, you know what, I think the prudent thing is to pull back. Even though that pains me to see. There's a minor town here. So I think probably we want to send our infantry into there. Yeah. Tank back. Infantry forward. 7 combat strength there. Striking here again seems a little bit pointless. I want to keep this position because it's at least controlling the surrounding area over here. So it's blocking their movement a little bit. That would also be true for this location here. Up over here, they cannot really pass through this at all. They could come over here and then start to pile into this direction. Now this would be an unopposed crossing for them, wouldn't it? Let's come up at least over there. Securing our fields. And you just need to come back. How do we want to do this? Do we want to go this way? Yeah, I think so. Most of your guys are in this vicinity. Right, and we need to be careful that you don't attack us here. I think this position is vaguely okay. Let's bring you over here. And you into here. That should block you from advancing. Okay, that's fine. Good. So that does mean we're left with the question, can we pile enough troops into here to actually attack these guys down there? They're not dug in. They are counting as isolated. And it would reduce my headaches quite a bit. Could do a deliberate attack with 6 here, or just with the 9 and hasty attack. Let's try the hasty attack. Oh my god. 45,000 men are losing 300. They are losing 400. That's good. They are losing a number of artillery pieces, but it's just no. How can it be so tough? Was it a one-time thing? Want to do and try again? I think not. I think that would be stupid. Right. Okay, somewhat precarious situation up here. Lots and lots of guys down here. Ooh, well... One of the things is I probably have to move you back out of here. I wonder whether you might be supplied from the town. I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. Okay, you come down here. You build your railway line. And I suppose you cannot move up from here. No. Yeah, should actually check the routing of that railway. Oh, it goes... It does go to the east first. And then down there. And probably we are going to link up these two railheads here. Probably next turn actually. And then... Yeah, we're going to come this way. And then this way. These will be linked up. Big issue is of course this rail line still hasn't been repaired, so these guys can easily attack us there, and that is it. That is a big issue. Okay, so honestly I think between episodes I will pull and just organize our defensive lines just slightly. There's not much to do, I suppose. Mostly shuffling the units around really. And then I'm gonna just we're gonna revisit the episode once we see how all of that plays out. Is there really no one here that, well, we could get at least one tank out? Yeah, but we do need to make our way to these railheads, so that from these railheads we'll be then able to shuttle some forces into the very south. Yeah, and of course we are also going to fly some supply missions to these very far away units here. They are 42 movement points away from the railhead, which is over here, so yeah, there's a big issue, and that's mostly due to the zone of control of these guys. Which means I should potentially at least try to attack over here. Population evacuates, that's not so important. 27. There's just no point. Even against, with a 5 times numerical superiority, just in these winter conditions, we simply cannot attack and we have to accept that. Even the easiest attacks just seem to falter. Even against these isolated units, we couldn't really create any breakthroughs. You're part of the 27 score. Where did I pull you back so far? You should be over here. Let's get you there. Yeah, at least you're supplying these guys. These are the ones that have an enormous number of pioneers and artillery pieces, actually. So you should be fairly good at defending, but whether or not that's going to be enough. Have we built up any fortifications here? Tiny bit over there. Not really here. Not really there. Oh, we have some over here. That's nice that we're moving into there. Yeah, and not even anything over there. Well, something nice here. That's good. Yeah, this is a strike that we need to make. Simply so that we can bring our forces into these gaps that are developing over there. Yeah, but let's see how good we are at defending. I thank you very much for watching, guys. Do leave a like and all of that, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye!